So before the video starts, all right, I just want to address something. Bill Clinton, Splatoon 3, and Genshin, those three. Bill Clinton, I don't know how he got a shout out. I don't know how the kid got on stage. He looked awkward on stage. Like, the security should have known time he was on there. He stood in the back. He didn't like, usually you stand, with your group. He stood in the back. You didn't want to be seen. What was that? Splatoon 3. How did it win over COD? I'm pretty sure Apex 2 and Overwatch. How did it beat those? Come on, like, I know there's people who play Splatoon 3. It's a game, I even know there was a Splatoon 3. Genshin Impact, okay. Hear me out. I just wanted my primos. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted. I just wanted my primos, all right? I didn't really, like, if it won, that's crazy. But I would have took the primos. If it didn't win, that's expected. So, I mean, it's a win-win either way for me. But how are you guys doing today? It is 2 a.m. in the morning, and I really realized the Game Awards happened not too long ago, so I might as well just pump this video out. Now, I'm kind of late to the party, but it's a thought that matters. Just to set some ground rules, right, for the list. It's going to start for this year. It's going to start from January all the way down to December. And the games that's on the list, they may be popular still. You may play them, but this is also, based off of me. So let's get it going. Starting off the list is some good old Rainbow Six Siege Extraction. I personally didn't play this game. I've seen people who played it. It was rated kind of mid. I mean, Rainbow Six in general is dying right now as a fan base, so it kind of makes sense for the game that you have to pay for, that's based in a separate reality. And they changed the characters a lot, the backstories, they changed a whole lot, this and that. Not even most of the characters that you like that are they're not even in the game, so it makes sense why the game didn't do as well, and it kind of flopped a little bit. So Rainbow Six Siege Extraction, personally, okay, from what I've seen, would I get it? No. 6 out of 10 next month. Okay, so next month, February, right? I'm looking up a game to choose, and I see a familiar game that I've seen on my For You page around the time. Crossfire X. You haven't really heard of that, right? I mean, at one point it was supposed to be the Battlefield killer, the COD killer, supposed to be the new wave, the new game out. No joke, I'm no 0.5 out of 5 review. How do you get that? How are you that bad of a game that you get that? And basically, you launched a beta of an alpha. How do you? I don't even know how that's possible. And that's why I made it on the list. Some of these games, they're not bad. They just got forgotten. This one, it was hyped to the crazy amount. And it flopped so hard. It was like Fallout 76. It was horrible. But don't buy it, please. Okay, don't buy it. But on to the next one. March. Can I say March 4th? Somebody turns 19. Yeesh, I am getting up there in age. But Ghostwire Tokyo it had over 6K players at one point. 6K players. That's not bad. There's a lot of games that wish they can even hit the Ks. And right now it's just sitting around 400 players. But it was actually a great game. I mean, it had the world buzzing at one point. I mean, I was anticipating on it coming out for months. Did I play it? No. Did I want to play it? Yeah, I want to play it. I love watching the story behind it. All that. I'm not gonna spoil it, even though it came out a little while ago. People will say, "Oh, you should already know it." I'm not gonna do that. If you want to look at the story, look at the story. It's a great story, in fact. Very complex, in-depth story. The team that made it, really, you can tell they put their heart and soul into it. So that is one game that we forgot about. Not a lot of people talk about it, but just to warm up the gears in your head. Okay, April. Okay, this game right now. Hold on. Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. That game right there. When I tell you it was all over my TikTok, YouTube, Insta, I couldn't not see it. It was like, there's some games it's like, all right, fine, I'll mind, but I couldn't understand why the game was popular the way it was. I just couldn't, personally speaking. and I tried to play it on the P4, didn't work. On the PC, I didn't like it as much. I didn't like it as much. The abilities is nice, you know, the moving around, mobility. There we go. That it wasn't bad. It just wasn't for me. And the game dropped a little bit in player base. It went under. Let's say it submarined away into the coast. Nobody talks about it now. And if you do see videos talking about it, tell them to play some other game. I'm not saying the game is bad. You shouldn't play it, but you shouldn't play it. Okay, so may I tell you is Roller Champions? Yeah, Roller Champions. I've played it before. Played it twice before. Pretty okay when it came out. All the big YouTubers on it, Dashi, Corey, Berlizzi, all the big YouTubers on it. Then it died like the next week, months. It died popular wise on YouTube next week. It died overall the next month. It didn't do enough, you know. It didn't have enough in it. It couldn't keep up with the flow, you know. The game industry is like an ocean, and once the games get pushed out, it's a current. It followed the current for a single while, and then it just disappeared. Do people still play it? Yes, of course, but not that many people. It's a dying game, so I'm surprised. I forgot about it myself. So let's just on to the next one. Okay, listen, I know we're halfway through the video, and we're halfway through the everything. We're halfway through. All right, I'll speed up for you so you know. Yeah. All right. Next one, June. Let's really be honest. Me and you. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. Yes, it was in the Game Awards. I don't care. Who knew about it? Who? I asked like all of my friends. I was like, "Yo, did you know about this game?" It was like, "What? They came out? There's a game? TMNT? They made a game? I didn't even know they made a game." It was. The only reason why we know about it was because it was in the Game Awards. If it wasn't in there, I mean, do we really know about it? I mean, come on, like, from what I know of it, is pretty okay. It's a side scroller, but you know, on to the next one. Next one is Digimon Survive. I don't know that much about it. Haven't really heard that much about it. Haven't seen that much about it. I had to do it because I said it. But it's pretty okay from the stuff I looked up. The player count is, it didn't fully drop. It just kind of dwindled a little bit. It's like a flame. Once it hits towards the end of the resources, it just kind of flickers out. It's kind of what happened to it. That's really all I can really say about it. Is from what I've seen and what I've know from it, which is very little. It's okay. Nobody really talks about it. So stop. Roller Drome for August. It takes a concept of one of my favorite games growing up is Jet Set Radio. But I love Jet Set Radio, and it takes that and mix it with FPS. Boom, you have Roller Drome. It's honestly it's a good game. It's a good game. It's just nobody really plays it that much. It's I get why some people don't. You're roller skating with pew, so that's not everybody's mojo. So if I had to say out of this list of games to check out, I would say Roller Drome. It's just different, nothing's wrong with different. Nothing wrong with different. Everything doesn't have to be the same. So Roller Drome, great game. On to the next. Yeah, so listen, September had a lot of hits, and there's not really a lot of them that fumbled. So I took it upon myself to be biased this month. We're choosing Splatoon 3, okay? But why? We know why. I told you about it in the beginning of this video. You can rewind it. Why did it win? Exactly. I'm sorry, I really didn't hear that many people talking about it. I didn't even know it was a game. Splatoon 3, you shouldn't have got that. COD should have got that. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 is probably one of the best Modern Warfare Call of Duty games in recent history. Yeah, I mean, it low-key revitalized gaming itself. Did I say that? Yes, I did say that. Is it a wall taking? Not at all. Splatoon 3, that's literally the only reason. That's it. There's nothing else. Like, Splatoon in general, good game. It's a good game. But for what you did, no, you're not getting praise from me. Okay, we're just next month. Yeah, so now these next 3 months are going to be kind of tough because they're really recent. So they're gonna usually either be games I'm biased about, games that did bad, or actually games that kind of got forgotten, like Dragon Ball Breakers. Yeah, out of October, it just didn't hold up weight to the name it had. I mean, it was coming off of Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2, that game is still played a lot. Actually, I'm playing it right now. My build is 84 Super Saiyan. I love the game Xenoverse 2. Dragon Ball Breakers, not so much. It's like Dead by Daylight meets Dragon Ball. And we already see how Dead by Daylight's doing. Please do not attack me for saying that. Listen, it just... I'm not saying they don't mash. I'm just saying... You could have taken a different approach. That's it. Okay? Could have taken a different approach. Not holding its own weight. And it was getting carried by Xenoverse 2. So these next 2 months are just games that I haven't heard about recently, okay? So I know they've got a lot of traction, people still play them, but I just haven't heard a lot about it. It Takes Two for November. It came out strong, boom, out the gate. But I want to say towards the end of November-ish, beginning of December, it fell out of the media. You got all the people who played it, all the big content creators played it. Boom, that cycle went through. Then once that rush came in, the rush of new games came in, It Takes Two kind of fell out of the media spotlight. And people still play it, but it's just not as popular as its competitors. Good game though, great game. The elephant scene messed up. Okay, they need help. But other than that, great game. So December on we go. Last but not least, Marvel's Midnight Suns. It's Marvel's, Marvel's is doing okay. DC is beating Marvel's right now. And so this is editor me. DCEU is in shambles right now. Jason Momoa is getting recasted. Movies are getting canceled. People want to quit. It's horrible over there at the DC office. Marvel on top like usual. Marvel's Midnight Suns it was made by 2K Games. And if you don't know who 2K Games is, they make 2K games like 2K23, 2K22. And if you can see those games, well, they don't really push it out to the public as they could be. And this is sadly one of the games that just didn't get pushed out that to the full extent that it could have been. You're working with a Marvel title, Marvel name. Anything with Marvel in it, you can push that so far out, but sadly they just really didn't do it that much. So it kind of fell underneath the scope. But that is the entire but that is the entire everything of this year. Dead games, bad games, and just nobody really, dead games. Yeah. So hopefully you guys see this on time. YouTube, I made a video and you don't post notifications for it. YouTube, you're kind of weird for that, I'll be honest. But I'll see you guys some other day. And deuces.